and welcome to another episode of Vlogmas. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos so far. I'm trying really hard to do a video every single day. It is extremely hard, especially when, you know, I don't know, you don't have that exciting of a life right now. So I'm really trying just to put out some cruise videos, information for you all, some Disney videos, just random videos. I don't know, I'm just trying my best and I hope you're enjoying it. If you're new here, my name's Zach and this is Zach 2 Turn. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay all up to date on all my adventures on cruises, Disney World, and anything in between. Today I'm just gonna kind of talk about how I plan my cruises. I think it is kind of important to see how other people plan their cruises, especially for first time cruisers or people who don't typically plan cruises on their own, so they can kind of get some advice and see how other people do it. So one thing I think you're gonna hear from everybody is it is very important to set a realistic budget before doing anything. And what I mean by that is when you see a price on, you know, Royal Caribbean's website, Carnival's, Norwegian, any website, or even like Expedia or any like cruise mass media, or like where you can search all the cruises, is that price you see doesn't typically include first port and tax fees. So that'll be at the end of the payment screen. And that price you're probably gonna see is the lowest price available, which typically is gonna be an inside stateroom. So that's just something to think about. And usually they base it based on double occupancy until you get to like the actual like booking screen and stuff, and you can choose your guests and everything. So first, when you're looking at cruises, make sure you're setting a realistic budget. With that, you also have to think about, are you gonna want a drink package, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic? Most cruise lines don't include soda and stuff. It's just gonna be tea, water, lemonade, some orange juice, and some other bottled, like out of a bottle juice, not fresh juices. And then, so if you're gonna want that, you gotta tack on that expense. Are you gonna wanna do shore excursions? Or you just wanna walk around the ports, because that can kind of save you money. You gotta factor in tips. I guess you typically, or technically don't have to factor in tips, but the crew does work really hard to make your vacation wonderful and memorable, and I think showing them some gratitude with tips is important if you want to. You can either do the daily amount that they, the cruise line sets, or you can just, I guess you could just hand money to people who help make your vacation magical that you see. But just remember there are people behind the scenes. But I'm not gonna get into tipping. It's completely up to you. Just something to factor in as you're planning a cruise if you do plan on tipping. And then you also have to plan on getting there. So, you know, a lot of cruise ports are gonna be, if you're doing Caribbean or Bahamas, it's gonna be in Florida, New Orleans, Galveston, some go out of Cape Liberty. So if you don't live around those areas, you gotta think about getting there. So if you're flying there, you gotta include the cost of flight and the transportation to the port. If you're flying in the day before, which many people recommend, you gotta do a hotel for that night. And if you're driving there, you gotta do gas, snacks for the car ride, parking at the port, and if you get there a day early, hotel again. So just thinking of all that is really important when planning your cruise, because cruises are a very economical way to travel, I think, and the base cruise price is typically really good. It's once you get the extra factors, it can start to really rack up. So just make sure you go in knowing all those expenses are gonna come up, and that one-time price of, you know, $600 per person isn't gonna be the only thing you're probably gonna be paying for in a cruise, because you're gonna wanna do some excursions, you're gonna want some fun drinks. If you drink, you're gonna wanna do, or not want to, you're gonna have to get there. So it all kind of adds up. So once you have like a base budget, then I would typically say plan when you wanna go and how long you wanna go would be my next advice, I would say, after you have the budget, because you can kind of see like how far your budget will get you pretty much. So, you know, if you want to go on a 5-night Bahama cruise, or a 5-night Caribbean cruise, a 7-night Caribbean cruise, a 14-night Caribbean, you know, decide that. If it's your first time cruising, a lot of people recommend doing shorter cruises just to make sure you like it. My first cruise was a week long though, loved it obviously, still doing it. So really whatever you feel most comfortable with is how long and where. So once you do that, then I would say you can pick your cruise line. A lot of people are very loyal to specific lines, and once they get the line they love, they don't stray from it. I've been on 3 separate lines so far, and I have things that I love and don't love about each and every one of them. I've been on Disney, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean. Right now I am obsessed with Royal Caribbean and their Oasis class ships. I love those ships. I don't think there's anything out there like them right now, but I'm not opposed to trying different cruise lines. I know what I like right this second and what I want, so that's what I'm gonna do. But I definitely want to try more Carnival boats. I want to go back to Disney. I want to try Norwegian, MSC. I want to try them all, but right now I'm just having a hard time not going on an Oasis class ship. So anyway, just pick a line, or if a line doesn't matter, just pick kind of what features you want on a boat. So if you're looking for more of a relaxed, laid back, maybe some of the older style boats are gonna be for you, or some maybe the upscale ones. And then if you're looking for more like action-packed, fun, families everywhere, look for either like Disney, the bigger Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian boats that have, you know, the go-karts, the water slides, the rock climbing wall, so just kind of like that. So just kind of do your research, honestly. You are investing in this, so you want to make sure you get the best that you can for the budget that you have. But like a lot of people say, any cruise is a better cruise than being at home, so like you're gonna have fun. It is just what you make of it. So once you pick the line and or boat, if you just pick the line, pick your boat, I would say then just start kind of researching the ports, researching the drink package, researching especially dining on board, researching what they charge for tips, and just kind of getting a feel for what you're getting yourself into. And just so you know, kind of going with the plan. Cruises, you don't necessarily have to plan too much in advance. But a lot of people do recommend it, especially to get deals on shore excursions, deals on the drink package, deals on specialty dining. So just kind of plan a little bit. I know Royal Caribbean is known for their sales, quote unquote, and sometimes people think their sales are worth it. I mean, they are cheaper than buying on board, I should say, but how they do their math and how they do their sales just doesn't make sense. So I wouldn't really necessarily listen to this sale marketing campaign. Just look at the actual price, and if it's lower than, or if it's around your price range, buy it. If it's lower than what you bought it for, reprice it. So just for that, for like the extra cruise perks, I should say. That's typically how I plan my cruise. I always do like a budget. I do what I want to do, or budget. I pick out where I want to go, which is typically the Caribbean, and then I pick my line in my boat that's going where I want to go, especially because I don't want to go to the same port of call all the time. I want to mix it up a little bit. That's just kind of my thought process. And after I have that, I kind of go into planning what's gonna happen on the actual cruise boat. Once I have my cruise boat, I know what I can do. So I'm always gonna get the drink package. I'm probably always gonna get, not always I should say actually, I may get an excursion or two, just depending. A lot of ports, you can actually just walk around the port area, and you can get taxis just to the beach if that's what you're looking for. So you don't necessarily have to have an excursion, and it's just kind of up to you. So that's just how I plan it. I know different people are gonna tell you different things. They're gonna say pick your line first and pick your boat and then price it out. They're gonna say pick your time and then pick your boat and then price it out. I always just go in knowing this is what I can spend and kind of fitting the variables in there to see how I can get that for, or how I can get what I want and not pay more than I'm budgeting for, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's just another video. If you have any other tips or anything for people on how to plan their cruise, feel free to leave them in the comments below, just so we can kind of see how everyone plans their cruise, because everyone's different, everyone does things differently. There's no right or wrong answer. As long as you know you're going on a cruise and you're gonna love it, how you get there is how you wanna get there. So yeah, if you like what you see and you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up for me, and I will see you all later. Bye guys!